Okay, so for those that don't know who I am, hello, I am Charlotte Spooner. I created the High Vibe Oily Tribe Facebook page a couple of years ago, which you may or may not be part of. And it was basically to create a community where we could up-level ourselves to a higher vibration, hence the name High Vibe Oily Tribe, by using essential oils. Not just essential oils, obviously essential oils are just an added tool to exercise, good nutrition, reducing stress, emotional healing, toxic-free living, being out in nature. All these things are amazing for our well-being, as you guys know. So essential oils, I want to show you today how they can be an amazing extra tool to up level and enrich your life, and not just yours, but your family and your friends as well. I choose to share essential oils because I feel like everyone should know about them and have them in their home. And once they have this in their home, they can access them conveniently. And they're much cheaper than using medication, and they're better for your health. I've not had to take my son to the doctors in the last couple of years since using them for everything, pretty much everything. And I think that is really empowering. So this is why I choose to share and now teach about essential oils. So I would love for you to come on this journey with me today. If you have any questions, either put them in the chat box or write them down, and I hope to answer as many as I can today. But remember, this is just an overview. So once you do become a member, once you get oils in your life and your own kit of oils, you'll then be invited to more education and more support to help you on your journey. So let's begin. I'm going to just share my screen so that you guys can see my little presentation. Here it is. Start at the beginning would be probably a good place to start. Does this work? Okay. Can you see that, guys? Just give me a thumbs up if you can. Fabulous. Okay. Okay, so what are essential oils? They're volatile aromatic compounds. We get these from plants, roots, trees, flowers, seeds, herbs, barks. They're found all the way around the world. And this is where doTERRA travel to. And they work with farmers and distillers to extract the essence and consciousness of these beautiful plant barks, flowers, roots, trees in a really amazing way. So this is the plant's immune system that we're accessing. And I talk about this sometimes on my High Vibe Oily Tribe page, that every oil has a consciousness, just like we do. We are an energy field, and so are our nature, so is nature. So we can sometimes even access messages. Now this is a bit out there for some of you, and we might touch upon this later on. But they help our immune system, our physical body. Let's start with that. And they've been around for centuries. They've been used for flavouring food, so a lot of people use them in cooking. They're 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. So a little goes a long way here. And just to give you an idea of how powerful these oils are, and I've got my peppermint oil right in front of me. If you've got your oils with you guys, you might want to bring them into the space with you today as we journey, talk about them in depth. 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint leaf tea, not peppermint tea bags, peppermint leaf tea. So you can just imagine, can't you, how powerful they really are. And you know, when you just smell peppermint oil, whoa, it just takes your breath away. It can really affect your can really affect your everything, your whole senses. You just light up. I'm just going to make this last a bit longer than 2 seconds. Okay, so sorry. If we look at lavender, for example, lavender is one of the most popular oils. So it's a good place to start. I'm so sorry. Sorry, this is all new to me. Okay. Lavender can help us calm down. So if we're feeling particularly on edge or we've had a really stressful day, using lavender, particularly at the end of the day, perhaps in your bath, you can add it to bath salts and let them dissolve in your bath. It's really, really great and effective at soothing the nervous system. So I've been using lavender for cuts as well. Toby had a little cut on his leg the other day, so we used that for him. And immediately, not only does it actually calm the skin, but it helped him to just come out of his emotional state, which was quite heightened at that time of getting a cut on his skin. So people use lavender in the bath, like I said, but also you can use it into a spray bottle and spray it on your pillow or just on the soles of your feet. It's great for burns. I had a massive chemical burn a few months ago, which still got a bit of a mark from on my wrist and my neck, and lavender and frankincense are my go-tos for that. And people use it also for allergies, for hay fever. So we love lavender. It's a bit of a Swiss Army knife oil. How fast do essential oils work? If you don't know this is an amazing little thing to remember. All the twos. 22 seconds for molecules to reach the brain, which is really exciting. 2 minutes until they can be found in the bloodstream, and 20 minutes until they have affected every cell in your body. Just imagine that. Love a bit of clary sage. That's what I use when I go first, clary sage. So why are people turning to essential oils and natural solutions in particular, especially now? Synthetics, cost, and being empowering. These are really important points to make a note of. First of all, people are starting to realise that they are intolerant to synthetics. They're literally affected by the toxins that we find in cleaning products, for example. If you have a look at the ingredients, you'll notice that there's probably quite a lot of ingredients you don't even know what they mean. That's probably a good indication that they're not natural. So people are starting to wake up to the fact that what they're ingesting in foods as well, not just chemical sprays and hair products and creams and makeup, but foods, but essential oils are completely pure. So when you're using those on your skin, you can trust that you're getting nature in its pure essence. And because of that, you won't be getting the side effects that you get with synthetic alternatives. So like I said earlier, the cost of using essential oils for, say, healing an ear infection, or what I've been doing this week, urine infection, is really obvious. It is to me. This is my, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is my little UTI blend in a 5 ml bottle. I'm using hardly any drops of each oil to make that blend. And yet to go to the doctors, I've got to take time off my job. I've got to take time out. I've got to drive. I've got to use petrol. I might have to pay for my prescription. Okay, if I'm using antibiotics, I might need to buy some probiotics because of the effect on the gut health, the bacteria. So there's many costs that are that add up when we're using something more synthetic. So that's why natural solutions like oils can be really amazing. And once you've got these oils in your life, in your home, you don't have to leave the house. You just go right downstairs, go to your oil collection, look at the Essential Life book, especially if it's something physical that you're struggling with, and you just read and see which ones have I got in my kit that could help me with this ailment right now. And it's empowering to do that. It's so beautiful to be able to go to my kit and go, right, what do I need? This is going to help Toby for his tummy ache. I know everything, it's all ingrained in me. I don't even need to look in my books anymore. And that, it feels so powerful. So I hope that you can see that too. And there are probably many other reasons that you can think of why going natural is a positive benefit to us all. So very briefly, for those of you that don't know, I had a massive awakening to essential oils through a spiritual awakening that took place for me back in 2017. I'd already used doTERRA oils for a year for physical ailments and I loved them. But for me, I was always interested in spirituality and healing since I was 15 when I studied Reiki and had my own angel card. So I've always really loved anything like that. And when I found out and when I discovered that frankincense oil could take you out of a psychotic state. That's what happened. That's what I experienced firsthand when I was in a mental hospital. That's when I really realized, oh my goodness, these particular oils don't just help with physical ailments. Oh my goodness, these can help spiritually. Because I knew that my psychosis was not just a mental crisis. It was, but that was because I was having an energetic and spiritual attack and awakening to, wow, there's more than just this life. There's more than just this dimension. And, you know, I'm happy to chat to you guys individually if you want to chat to me and know more about my experience. But that's really what brought me to doTERRA. And it was my lovely friend Claire, who came on at the beginning of this call, who like massively supported me through that and came in with love and this selection of oils. And she said to me, Charlotte, you always loved frankincense. That was the one you stole from me every time I came in. And not only did it help me, I ended up teaching meditation classes to the other patients in the hospital because I was there for 3 weeks. And everyone came to me wanting me to continue with this meditation and oils class. And it was really a beautiful thing to be able to offer that even through that dark time in my life. And I had another episode in Bali 6 months ago. And I didn't have to go sections and I didn't have any medication forced upon me this time. Because I had my oils, I believe that's what got me through. So I'm very, very passionate about essential oils. You know, I've used them for childbirth, pain relief, just clary sage. I've used them for healing urine infections. I've used them for all sorts of things. I now clean my house with essential oils and use them to make soaps and candles. Oh, the list goes on. So that's my why. And I want to empower the people to use them in their business as well. I like using them with my dance side of things. So why doTERRA over other brands? Okay, this is a really important thing to note, that just know there are so many oils out there and so many companies doing selling essential oils. Now, a lot of people don't realize that the essential oil industry is unregulated. That means that there is no law dictating what you state is on the bottle of essential oils. You could go and get a oil from Boots or like a lavender oil from Boots or from Holland & Barrett, and you could smell it and read it and think, this is great for me and this is going to help calm me down, but you can't actually apply it to your skin and you can't ingest it. Now, I'd question why you can't do that, although apparently it's pure in its nature. Well, what I've come to realize is that they can get away with that by law. And doTERRA are now working to make it a law. They're actually working on this right now so that we have a law that protects people from that corruption and deception. It happens not just in the essential oil industry, as you know, probably. It happens in marketing of food, medication, the list goes on. So CPT stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And that is a stamp of approval created by doTERRA with a third-party company. APRC, I believe, is the name of the company. And you can look them up on Facebook. They've got a website. And check out the way they test and distill. During distillation, that is when testing is done in the country, as well as in Utah, where the oils are then packaged and production takes place. So they make sure that no fillers, synthetics, or any other ingredients that might be harmful to us are contained in the bottles. So, of course, if you're using a lower frequency oil or one with synthetics, it's not a bad thing. Maybe that's where you need to start on your journey, but just know that there are other options. And with doTERRA, you can be sure that you are getting the purest oil in the world. And if you choose the purest oil, then you are going to have the benefits of that too. They're going to be more effective. So these are super high vibrational oils, as you see I've written there. Habab, Holy Trab. That's the name there. Right, let's move on. Oh, by the way, when you use doTERRA, when you choose doTERRA, you get a membership that includes support. If you go to a shop and buy doTERRA, you're just going to get an oil, but you get no one to go, how do I use this? Or what can I mix this with? Or what's the dilution? Or how can I use this for emotional health? Like, you don't get access to that, but with doTERRA you do. You get support from an upline, you get support from a team, and that's what we are. We're a team helping one another. So there's 3 ways you can use these oils. doTERRA oils I'm talking about in this presentation. Aromatically, you might want to invest in a diffuser, and I've tried about 8. So if you want some advice on diffusers, I'm your girl. I do love the Petal. It's one of the cheapest ones, and it comes with a few of the kits as well. And I really like the Lumi diffuser, which lasts for up to 10 hours and changes colours. Toby loves that one. So diffusing is one way we can access aromatically. It spreads across the whole room, or maybe the bottom of the house. So you can have one in different rooms, one upstairs, one downstairs, to have like maybe citrus oils in the morning to get you going for the morning, get you going for the day. And then perhaps you might want something more relaxing or calming or grounding for the evening upstairs in your bedroom. You can also just literally get the bottle like this and inhale. And this will travel, this scent, this aroma, it's called aromatherapy for a reason, will travel up your nerve, into your limbic system and into the part of your brain which is right next to the emotions, where they're stored, where they're housed, and also memories. That's why you can smell an aroma and suddenly it takes you back somewhere in time. You can, like it says here, spray on a tissue, you can put it on your pillows, you can make your own spray up, put it onto surfaces, maybe for cleaning. And yeah, I just, like I said, love putting it, dropping my hands, inhaling. And there's something called the power of the pause, which we can do on other calls. We usually do this on a Tuesday night in my self-development class with oils. The power of the pause, you just put a couple of drops in your hands, rub it together, breathe in for 5 counts, pause at the top, breathe out for 5 counts, and pause down at the bottom. And do that cycle 5 times. So powerful to change your mood and ground you into the present moment. Topically, yes, you can apply to the skin, but I would advise a carrier oil, something like doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, which is a liquid form of the coconut oil you can buy in the shops, but that's fine as well, or any other carrier oil. It's going to be quite plain scented. You can apply to the bottom of your feet or any area. So Toby had really achy muscles from running around the playground the other day, so we used one of the kids collection oils called Rescuer, which is for that particular concern. And I just put loads on my hands and rubbed it over his legs. He got a little massage and he fell asleep very quickly after that. Internally, now if you've got a particular issue, so I had a urine infection, so I was healing that with that oil that I showed you, but also I wanted to take a capsule internally. You can buy these veggie capsules and fill them with your own blend of oils, and it gets to every cell in your body very, very quickly. Some people like to put it under their tongue, like carbaiba. I know Louise does that for her headache sometimes, or frankincense for just overall cell repair. I love, love, love putting lemon in my water every day for cleansing the gut, cleansing the system. And then, yes, you can use them for cooking as well. So really, really versatile, these oils. I'm always amazed at how we can use them. Right, guys, time to stop and go inward. Just take a breath, because I've just shared loads of info there. So I'm going to ask you questions about, I'm going to get you to just tune into yourself, and what is it that you'd like to know? What does your body need less of, and what does your body need more of? Just ask yourself that question. For example, less stress in your life, less tension in your shoulders, and just make a note of that. What does your body need less of? Okay, just see what the first thing is that comes to mind. Because as we go into a bit more education about the oils, you might find that you'll get an answer to these questions. Next question. What does my body need more of? So this could be energy, passion, love, abundance, money. What does that mean to you? Okay, my lovelies, we're going to carry on, and we're going to talk now about physical health. very quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on physical health. I'm going to give you some ideas. So here's a slide, top 10 most common essential oils. And I know that my lovely friend Louise does a beautiful presentation on these top 10 oils on a Friday. So if you would like to go to that, I'm sure she won't mind you joining. Check out her link in the High Vibe Body Tribe page. It's on a Friday every week at 10:30. So as you can see, we start with oregano. The top 4 are actually for immune support. So I've been using all of those in my capsule for my healing of the urine infection. I want to boost my immune system. Oregano and melaleuca are both antiviral, antibacterial. So like with antibiotics, if you're going to the doctors and they give you antibiotics, yeah, that could help with bacterial infections, although you will have to sort out your gut after that because it can strip the good bacteria. Essential oils won't do that. But if it's a viral infection, if you have a virus, what's he going to give you? He'll say, go home and just rest. There's nothing we can do here. Or take the antibiotics anyway, just in case. Essential oils work differently to that. They will penetrate the cell and where the virus exists, and they'll be able to transmute it. So oregano, melaleuca are top oils in your kit for that. Melaleuca has been amazing for ear infections for Toby. Just 1 drop with a bit of lavender as well, with coconut oil, and just applying that to around his ear. He doesn't get anything like that anymore, but when he was little, when we first started this natural way of living, he did. So that was a really great one for that. On Guard, everyone needs On Guard in their life, because particularly when we come to the end of the year, On Guard is one that prevents us from getting poorly. So especially guys with what's going on in the world today and the mass fear about this virus having a second wave, this is when we need to be using On Guard on the soles of our feet daily, especially if you're someone that does suffer with a low immune system, or you pick up things quickly, or maybe someone in your family does. And you can diffuse it. It's got wild orange in it, which is beautiful, clove and cinnamon. Some people say it smells a bit Christmassy, but maybe it's because that's when we need it the most, that time of year. Frankincense has been incredible for, well, as I said, with the psychosis, but we'll talk more about that later. But it's just it's a king of oils, they call it. It's the king of oils. It's powerful for cell repair, cell health. So a lot of people will just take this internally every day just to boost themselves further with the On Guard. And if you apply frankincense to other oils, it actually acts as a supercharger. Not to mention it's great for meditation and prayer, visualization, connection, relaxing. People love to put this in the bath as well. So lemon. Like I mentioned earlier, you might have remembered, lemon's great. A drop of lemon in water for cleansing your system, for detoxing. It is uplifting. The citrus scent is so invigorating. It's beautiful. I love lemon and frankincense in the diffuser. I also like it with fiber. I just love those two together. Just so uplifting. I use it for cleaning as well. And I have used it, you know, those as a mum, you might, if you're a mum here, sticky labels. Have you ever had sticky labels on things you need to get off? And it's such a nightmare to get off. I use lemon oil and it helps just remove the sticky label marks. That's a bit random. Okay, lavender for sleep, stress, and skin. We talked about lavender already, haven't we? And allergies. Energy focus for peppermint and focus. Energy and focus. It's also fab in this weather. I've got a little spray bottle to show you. Here's one I made earlier. This is just distilled water with peppermint oil. And it's so good for cooling down. It's great for the plants as well, to stop the bugs eating your lovely plants outside. But peppermint oil for someone that has struggles in this weather, or maybe they've got hot flushes, that's a great tool. And it's only a tiny bit of peppermint you need. It's really powerful. If you're really tired and you need to drive late at night, or you're just struggling with energy in the morning, drop of peppermint, breathe it in, do the power of the pause breath, and then you can put it on the back of your neck. It's fantastic. Breathe, one of my favorite oil blends. It's now called Air. Here it is. And Air is a beautiful mixture of peppermint, eucalyptus, lemon, melaleuca, and many more oils. It is the Oil of respiration. I've done a spotlight on this in the High Vibe Tribe Facebook group if you want to check it out and find out more. Particularly good for any congestion in your chest. So any congestion in the chest, this is really amazing for breathing clearly if you're struggling, if you've got any infections in that area, if someone struggles with snoring at night, you might want to put it in the diffuser in your bedroom. Beautiful mix with lavender, by the way. And then Zengest, it was called Digest and it's now called Zengest, for anything to do with the tummy, from constipation, from diarrhea, from stomach infections, IBS. Yeah, maybe if you're bloated even after a meal, you could use that straight on your tummy. Some people like to ingest that one or put it in a drop in water. Quite a nice tasting one. We love that. We love that one. Also, we'll come back to emotions in a sec. Deep Blue is the last one here in the kit. This is the top 10 essential oils that you can get in a kit. Deep Blue is the oil for soothing muscles that are achy, joints that are stiff. It's a great one to massage. It's a bit more, I'd say, masculine compared to, say, lavender. So if someone doesn't like lavender, but they've really got achy muscles or they want to relax, Deep Blue might be a really good alternative to try. It's got wintergreen in it, so hence the child cap lock on there. It's very powerful. Just a great one to massage into achy legs, growing pains. Always dilute that one as well. Hope that helps. So just before we go into the emotional side of things, I am going to, with the emotional kit, I'm going to go through all of these and I'm going to tell you what they kind of represent in terms of emotions, because these oils aren't just for physical health. Every single essential oil has an emotional support system and great for energy. So oregano is the oil of non-attachment. So if you're going through an issue with somebody you need to disconnect from, you've got an unhealthy attachment to something or someone, oregano is your oil to use. Melaleuca is the oil of energetic boundaries, fabulous for any spiritual work to protect yourself. We'll talk about this later. You can put it on your crown or your third eye. On Guard is the oil of protection, so it protects your immune system, but it also spiritually protects you. So if you struggle at night time, for example, and with night terrors or attacks in the night or strange things going on there, then you could apply On Guard to the soles of your feet, maybe through your auric field before doing any spiritual work or before you go to sleep. Frankincense is amazing for literally everything I've just said as well, but also particularly for connecting to source. It's the oil of the Father. It's also the oil of truth. Great for discerning what's a lie, what's a deception, and what's truth. So if you're struggling with someone who you might think is lying to you, use frankincense. And also for what's going on in the world, with the deception that's coming to light now, using frankincense daily will keep you on the path of truth and connection to source. Lemon is the oil of focus, and it's a great one for, focusing on tasks. I've got a block on that one, what it means emotionally, how that can emotionally help you. I suppose if you're like all over the place and you're scattered, lemon would be great for that. It's if you're mentally fatigued, confused, feeling guilty, disengaged, lack of joy and lack of energy. Lack of joy, I didn't know that. I suppose because it's uplifting, isn't it, lemon? See, I'm learning something new every freaking day. I love this. Lavender is the oil of calm and communication. Toby loves this at night time. What I tend to do is put it on his throat chakra and allow him to have a little chat to me. He just, and then he sleeps better after that. So the oil of calm and communication. Peppermint, the oil of the buoyant heart. This came up on Tuesday's call, didn't it, girlies? Those of you that were there with me. You can apply this if you're feeling sad, if you've got any grief, similar to breathe and air. Just opening that heart again after maybe some heartache or change or something that you're not feeling heavy-hearted. Use peppermint, but don't rely on peppermint over a long amount of time. It's more for like in the moment crisis. Breathe and air, again, amazing for the grieving process. Breathe and air, so it's called air now. It's fabulous for letting go of. So I gave this to someone recently who really struggled to accept that her mum passed away 5 months ago, and she's still very much very heavy-hearted, very sad. And this will help her to let go and then bring in frankincense to enable her to believe that she can connect with her mum on another level. Because her mum came to me in the shower that morning and showed me that I needed to speak to her. So I met up with her that night and I said, she is there, she's coming to me. The reason why she's not coming to you is because you haven't let her go in this reality, in the 3D world, but she's there all the time. She's coming to me. So I'm proof of that. So I got her to use air and it really helped her she had a good cry, and she's going to use that every day for her own healing journey. It's incredible for that. Zengest, or digest Zen. Obviously we said about physically helping digest, break down food. It helps to break down and digest emotions too. So really an emotional state using Zengest. I've heard it's amazing also on your chest as well. If you haven't got air, it's another great one for the breathing. And then Deep Blue is a soothing blend. So another, similar to Lavender, like I said, a little bit different, bit more heavy, a bit more masculine in its energy. So you can use that to soothe and to calm and to bring everything down to a restful state. I hope that was helpful, guys. Let's move on to the next slide. Any Q's and A's? Unmute yourself and shout out if you have any questions. I'm going to check in the chat box as well, because and I can't see the chat box because you guys are here. Hang on. I don't have to get back to you. Just unmute yourself if you would like to ask me any questions at this point about anything I've said so far. No questions. Okay, fabulous. We're going to touch more on emotional health now. So here is the emotional aromatherapy kit. So obviously you can get the top 10 kit, and I've explained what they're good for in terms of physical health and maybe giving you some ideas about how you can use them for emotions. I hope that's really helpful to you. But you can also buy the emotional aromatherapy kit at any time. It comes with a petal diffuser, which journeys for up to 4 hours there. You've got forgive, cheer, motivate, peace, passion, and console. So let's just go through each one of those to give you a bit more of an idea about these blends. Forgive is beautiful. Forgive has quite a foresty smell to it. I'm not gonna read all this out. You can read this for yourself, guys. I'm just gonna, as you read that and take that in, I'm gonna get it out. Got it, and I'm just gonna smell it and give you some more info about how it smells. Anything else that comes up, what it's good for. Very foresty. Essential if you are on a healing journey, because forgiveness is part of that journey, isn't it? You guys know what I'm talking about if you are a healer or you're very self-aware. Forgiveness work is so important. So there will come a time where forgive oil will massively support you to feel free and let go of any resentment or bitterness towards somebody. You can do a cord cutting with forgiveness. That would be so powerful. Cheer. Everyone loves a bit of cheer. Especially if you do get a bit down in the dumps by life. Cheer is a great oil to just bring in a really high frequency. Oh, I've added it to my next order actually. I have got it in a roller bottle form. Have a read of that for a sec. It was just there. It wasn't over there. It was just next to me. So cheer. I love vanilla. I really am a big fan of vanilla. They don't do vanilla on its own, but they do add it to some of our blends, and I just love that. So really giving you joy and hope when you don't feel like that, basically. So if you're feeling weighed down and hopeless, joyless, depleted, or your energy's low, then cheer is going to really comfort you in bringing forth hope and joy. And just a little note though, if you are going to use any citrus oils, because of the weather we're in right now, just be aware that they are photosensitive. So you have to be really careful when you're applying any citrus oils before you go out in the sunshine. You need to avoid direct sunlight if you're going to put them on your bare skin. You can put it at the back of your neck and go out, that's fine if your hair's going to be covering, or put it on your solar plexus or anywhere on your soles of your feet, that's fine. But if you're going to put them up on your arms, for example, and then go sunbathing, you'll probably be very disappointed because you'll be burnt. Oh, don't do it, guys. Motivate, the oil of motivation, an encouraging blend. If you're somebody who does struggle to get up and go sometimes, Motivate is your oil. And remember, like, having this kit and having these tools, you can sample with a little 1 ml vial like this to friends that maybe haven't got motivation, or friends that need cheering up, or might need to do some forgiveness work. So it's really great investing in a little set of vials as well to offer to friends. So positive emotions, feeling more encouraged, hopeful, energized, and confident in yourself. Yeah, motivation is beautiful. It's like pepperminty and orangey. It's the clementine and the peppermint. Basil's really sort of gives you loads of energy. And Melissa is the oil of light. Beautiful blend, that one. Peace is probably one of the most popular blends that I've come across. I've come across people that love Peace. It's a bit similar to Serenity, if anyone's tried Serenity oil. One of my favorites is Vetiver. So it's really grounding, calming, and literally it's peace in the bottle, pretty much. If you're feeling afraid, attached, spiritually disconnected, unsafe, or in anything controlling, maybe you're being controlling, bring peace into your day and see that all fade away very quickly. Passion is the inspiring blend. I know my friend Jo tried this recently because she just felt like she didn't know what her mission was, her purpose was, and she's feeling a bit deflated. And it's like, your purpose is to find passion in the things that you love, and that's what passion reminds us to do. So this is also very good for the bedroom as well, apparently. Put that in the diffuser and spice things up a bit. It's a bit spicy. Cinnamon, ginger, clove, cardamom. And then it's got the jasmine. Jasmine is about sexual balance, that one. And sandalwood. Oh, it's just beautiful. So yeah, being playful, being exciting, finding your joy, finding your passions if you've lost them. And then lastly, the Console blend. This is a really important one because there are times in our life where we go through grief and shock. Okay, from losing someone that we love, a breakup. I've used this when I've broken up with one of my boyfriends once, and it was the pain in my heart was like breaking, and that really helped when I put it on there. So comforting, Console blend. It is one of my favorites, and I've given it to a lot of people when they just like, if I find out that someone they love has passed away, I'll give it to them for the funeral. And obviously the days before and after too, but it can be very overwhelming. So Console is like a big warm hug from your mum. That's what it feels like to me. Okay guys, time to stop and go inward. So, have I got any questions there? Okay, obviously any questions that you've got, ask away. But take a moment now just to breathe and feel into which essential oil that you've heard me talk about could be really beneficial right now, or which ones feel like, yes, I could do with that. And maybe you know somebody who could really benefit from some of the oils we talked about today as well. So just write that down or bring it to your conscious mind.
That kit that you've just gone through, Charlotte, is my kit. I think I need that kit. So I think that's definitely, and that last one, my friend at the minute who's just gone through a really bad breakup, that last oil that you mentioned there would just be absolutely spot on for her. And I wish I had it right here with me now, because she's coming to see me tonight, because I think that would be really helpful. It's such a shame, but it doesn't matter, because now I know about it. I
Yeah.
can, I can, order it, and then, when I see
Yeah.
her again, we can
It's
work
so,
with
it's been that, I think for anything like grief or breakups, console is quite sweet, and then air is a bit more also minty. The air and console, and geranium for the heart as well, and rose. Those four are probably my go-tos for anything like, it's, really heartbreaking stuff that happens. We all go through that at times, don't we, guys?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
How are you all doing? I'm just going to look at your pictures, just because I haven't done that for a while. Just make sure you're okay with me still. And yeah, cool. I hope I'm not. This is the first time I did this once about a year ago, and I stressed out so much about presentation. So,
Oh, you shouldn't. You're a real natural at it, Charlotte. You're really good. You're really informative, and you're very articulate. So don't worry at all. I think you're coming across lovely.
Thank you. You're very kind. You can always learn, can't we? But yeah, it might just be sometimes too much information. So, have a little break in between, which is good. Let's touch upon the spiritual aspect, which is what I'm really passionate about, and there's so much more for me to learn. So let's just start with grounding, cleansing, and protection. So I'm guessing that most of you here know a little bit about grounding, have heard about it anyway, or cleansing your field. Cleansing, we have a shower every day. Well, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Or we wash our body. We take care of our physical body, which does help our energy. But what about other ways we can cleanse ourselves? And what about ways we can protect ourselves from other people's energy? The 2-meter distance is one way. The bubbles that the kids are learning about, I suppose that's some form of protection and separation of energies. But these are the ones that I particularly want to share today. So vetiver oil, it's very grounding. It's the root of a really long grass, actually. I think it's like 5 or 6 foot. You have to Google it, but it's really interesting. Vetiver is, so I psychically was told vetiver once when I just bought when I came out of hospital 2.5 years ago, I said to Claire, I need these oils, and I need to tell people about them as well. She went, right, okay, so you'd want to build business with it. I said, well, whatever, I just need to share. She said, well, these are the kits. There's 9 kits you can get, all different price range. And I went for it was called the Business Leader Kit. Basically had all the oils in, plus doTERRA don't just do that. They do supplements, which is their #1 selling product, with oils in. Oils so you can ingest them every day, all done for you, as well as vitamins and minerals and other things. They have hair products that have got oils in, wild orange in the shower, in the shampoo, and peppermint, cleaning products and all of that. So I went all in and got that, because I knew that I needed to learn about these products. And I didn't know all the oils, but one day I was feeling a little bit out of sorts, and I had to chat with someone on the phone, and I felt really dizzy. And what I realised I was doing was started to dissociate from my body. I got in the shower, and this word came to me. It was vetiver, and I was like, what is vetiver? And I was like, what is vetiver? And I asked, and I thought, I wonder if it's an oil. So I went down to my kit, and lo and behold, there was vetiver there, because I had about 80 or 90 at the time. So I put vetiver in my diffuser, and oh my goodness, it changed me. And that was my new favourite for the year. It was just incredible. So what it did was it took me out of my head, all these thoughts, and someone else's energy that I was absorbing, and it grounded me, and I just was clear-minded, clear-headed. I felt so much better, and I thought, oh, the peace. So vetiver for me, and I know some of you here also, Natasha, you love vetiver. It's one of your faves, isn't it? Yeah, and Vicky, you love it too. Balance is another oil which a lot of people like, and it's called the grounding blend. So that's been created by doTERRA to get you out of get you out of head, connect you with nature. It smells a lot like the trees. So if you're someone that maybe can't get outside a lot, or you particularly feel you're ungrounded, you might like balance. It's very cleansing as well. Breathe, or now called air, like I said, it helps you to just connect with the flow of life. So breathing in, breathing out. Sometimes we can give our energy, but we're not very good at receiving. Does that apply to anyone here? So air will help you to, that's it, be honest. Air will help you to have a very equal exchange of give and take of energy, and it will help you to come back to your breath and get into your body. So when I've done regression work on people, air has been the oil to help me help them to get into their body and out their heads, to go into their subconscious and take them back in time to the memory we need to be aware of in that day and clear. On guard, like I said this earlier, fabulous for protection. You can actually use it, put it on your hands and just fluff your auric field if you feel to, or again, put it on your soles of your feet or diffuser. Melaleuca I love to put on my third eye and crown. But obviously, these are just suggestions, guys. You find your own way of using these that suit you. Because it's the oil of energetic boundaries. It says in the book as well, dilute it, roll a bottle up your spine. So if you're someone that really, really struggles, and it is part of the healer's journey, I think, with absorbing empathically other people's energies, then you can set the intention, I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm protected, my field is mine, and nothing may enter. But if you use Melaleuca up your spine, or however you feel to, guys, it's just going to supercharge that intention. Frankincense, moss that I use, frankincense. Yeah, we talked about frankincense already. Powerful, powerful, king of oils. You've got to try frankincense, guys. Lemon and lemongrass are both really cleansing for the field. When I was in Bali in November, and we were doing a breathwork session, I actually didn't choose vetiver for grounding. I was choosing lemongrass because I could, and I didn't know this at the time, but I was sensing a lot of dark energy in the space and around myself and others. So I would use lemongrass on my body, especially around my lower chakras, to clear, so that I could ground more. So that was just my experience with lemongrass. It smells amazing as well to cleanse the air. Salubel, I haven't got up, it's upstairs. Salubel is, not only is it amazing for a beauty, like for your skin, anti-aging, it's got myrrh, frankincense, rose, helichrysum, lavender, probably more than that. I actually got a really funny way of doing it. Okay, this is like a pretend so I just get this and I go round like this in a figure of 8, so I get all my wrinkles that form me from when I smile. So I do this sort of motion, and I think there's something in the infinity sign that feels right for me to do on myself. I know it sounds a bit strange. I am a little bit strange, it's fine. But let's tell you a quick story about Salubel. It used to be called Immortelle. When I came out of the hospital, a few months later, I was doing really well. But sometimes I would get these attacks at night, these strange things happen at night time, energetically. And I was seeing a psychologist. I went to see the psychologist, and she just didn't have the same belief systems as me. So I didn't see how she could support me when, she just believes, she didn't seem to believe that there was more to life than this reality. And so how was she going to help me, really? But that's fine. We just clashed, and it just sat really uneasy with me. I didn't feel I wanted to work with her again. So that night I had what I felt was a psychic attack from her. She showed up to me in a not very nice way, and I woke up and I was quite triggered emotionally. And I asked my angels, guides, whatever you think, I just asked myself, I trusted myself, what do I need? What oil do I need? And it said Immortelle. That's what it used to be called. Sometimes they change the names, guys, because of, they have to change breathe to air because they can't seem to be the CDC have strict rules, so they'll, like, any claims that it helps heal, we know it helps heal on all levels, but we just have to be compliant sometimes with the words we use. So Salubel, it said put it on your 7 chakras, and I did, and just put it obviously my base chakra, just energetically. And oh my goodness, it just wiped any fear from me. And then I went to sleep. And then the next day I looked in my emotions book. What it means it clears spiritual darkness, that blend. The blend of those powerful oils together clears spiritual darkness. It is the oil of, like, protecting from psychic attack or treating psychic attack. And when you're in the nighttime at 3 o'clock and you're having that sort of thing, it's really scary. You've got no one to talk to. These are your best friends. So manifesting, what would you like to manifest? Wild orange is the oil of abundance and joy. So if you want to bring in more money, wealth, for example, you could use wild orange, but not just for wealth, for any sort of abundance, for any sort of maybe love. Geranium is a fantastic heart opener if you have had a lot of distrust and heartbreak, and love and trust. Geranium is your oil. And I haven't put it on here, but if you want to really go for the most divine love, it's rose oil. It is more expensive. It's about £77 for a 10ml roller bottle, which is diluted rose, which is here. But I'm finding that during a lot of our Tuesday night sessions, kinesiology with Stacey, where she tunes in, people are needing rose on their heart. Literally, you just do this and set the intention to connect with divine love, and it has really helped me to stay out of fear. Oh, it just smells amazing. Very floral, very feminine. Ginger is the oil of empowerment for someone that's really a victim, someone that's really struggling to get out of that sense of, oh, why is this happening to me again and again? So ginger, you can drink it in your tea, lemon and ginger tea, beautiful. Lime, the zest of life. I just say no more there. Oregano, like I said earlier, non-attachment. So I'm actually using this, like this is a bit way out there for some of you maybe. In other realms, there are angels, there are lost souls, there are demonic beings, there are all sorts of entities, aliens, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's not your belief system, and that's fine. But those of you that do follow that belief system and have felt attachments to them, energies that maybe they want to release, oregano is your oil that will just release that energy very quickly. You don't need very much. You do smell like a pizza, but it's very effective. Bergamot. Self-acceptance, another really powerful oil which I want to talk about just lastly here. If you have a program running that you are not good enough, or you're not worthy of love, or you're not worthy of success or happiness, bergamot is a fantastic and beautiful oil to use as your perfume every single day to change and transmute that belief into something more positive, like I am worthy, I do love myself. So if we want other people to accept us and to love us, then we need to start with that relationship to ourselves. So bergamot is a really beautiful oil for that. So we come to the end of our spiritual section. Any Q's and A's about what we've just talked about there, or anything, guys? Anything at all? No? If you have anything after the call, then drop it in the Facebook group. That was good timing. Not like I planned that. Hi, Vibe Wally Tribe. If you're not already part of this group, then find us on there and feel free to ask a question or search in the taskbar for a certain topic. And if you know anybody that you think are ready, not just could do with this, because everyone could do with more natural ways of healing themselves and really lifting their vibration, but if you know someone that's ready, actually ready to do this, to welcome these oils into their life for different things, why don't you invite them to the group as well? And so if you really are ready to start your oily journey, there's 3 ways that you can buy these oils: retail, wholesale, and beyond retail. Most people don't go for retail. The only way you would is if you're buying it through, like, you're buying it through a shop, or you're buying it through someone that's got an account. They'll charge you retail and you just want a one-off, that's fine. Wholesale is where you get your own account and you receive 25% off the oil. So it's a really good investment. It costs £25 basically to enroll for the year. And then after a year, it's £15 to continue with your account, but you get a free peppermint. You get a peppermint oil from doTERRA sent to you with your monthly wellness kit. And so let's talk about that. Beyond wholesale is where you have, is where basically you, or basically if you get a kit as well, you get that wholesale membership price taken away. It's all included. So it's really worth talking to the person that enrolled you to this, talk to the person that invited you to this class and have a look at the kits with them, because there'll be one that suits you that includes the membership of £25, so you don't have to pay that on top. Beyond wholesale means that you have your own kit and that you spend each month and you buy a wellness box. And a wellness box is a package that comes to your home every month, and you basically make up what you'd like. So depending on what you're going through, what emotional stuff you're going through, or what you fancy bringing in to try right now, you can add to your template. It's called LRP. It's a loyalty rewards program. There's no minimum cost to that, but if you want to go on that, you get that wellness box every month. You choose what you want in there. You get access also to free products and points, and those points you can use in the future for spend back on oils and, you know, the other stuff that they do as well. So for example, like Jackie's signing up this month, so she's going for the one of the kits, and then she's going to get her LRP set up with me tomorrow, and she's going to be, not only is she going to be getting a discount because she's got those two things, she's also going to be earning 100 points because that's the promotion that doTERRA are doing this month. So there are loads of extra things that you're probably not aware of, and at the beginning of each month you get an email and you get to see what the offers are. So 3 types of people that might be interested that I work with. First of all, I work with people that just want to use the oils for their daily life. They're going to be living the life of health, wellness, and natural solutions. So that might be you. You might just want to bring these into your life. And whether you go on to be a sharer or a leader, you always want to be using them first so that you can authentically share and authentically lead, just like I hope that that's come across from me to you today. A sharer is someone who, if you're like this, if you try something, you think this is amazing, and then you can't help yourself but tell someone else, you're a sharer. If you just like can't hold that in and go like, I really, really want to share this with you. Have you tried this? I highly recommend it. This is what it helped me. You're a sharer, right? And the benefits of being a sharer is you can enroll someone underneath you and help them to do what you've done, set up your own account. You get the oils, they get the oils therefore, shipped to them, direct to their door. You don't have to like get the oils and send it to them. They have access to all the products, and they can earn their own points as well. So it's really empowering to enable someone to do that. So we can help you to get to that point. Now, a leader is someone like me, but you be a leader in your own unique way. A leader is someone that wants to really share in a big way. They might want to include this in the holistic business that they already have. We have people on the High Vibe Orly Tribe leader team who are yoga teachers, women's health experts, kinesiologists, people that specialize in pregnancy, in labor and birth, people in meditation. Who else have we got? Emotional healing, coaching, regression work. Tasha's here, she's just gone. She specializes in using oils for Zen children. Nutrition. Louise is doing a healthy habits plan, sharing about her expertise in nutrition and holistic health, and reusing the supplements and reusing oils to cook with. So if you're someone that loves these oils so much and you really want to empower other people, then you become a leader, and you can actually start to earn a living or commissions from doing that from doTERRA, because rather than them spending loads of money on marketing, they're giving the people that are using and sharing and promoting naturally money. You're being the marketer. So if you're interested in any of what I've talked about, just talk to me or the person that enrolled you to doTERRA, or the person that invited you to this intro class. But there's no pressure. Have a chat with the person that invited you. Have a one-to-one, book your one-to-one in with them and chat through any of your needs and your ailments that might have come up on the Q&As today in this class. And I welcome you to this new journey, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I've had the best time. Oh, I've done that in an hour, not too bad. Not too bad for me. I like to talk a lot. Thank you so much, because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sharing what I know, and everything I know is based on my experience and my learning, my knowledge through my trainings that I've done. I'm not an aromatherapist, and that's not what I'm here to do, and that's not what I'm here to be. I'm just here to open the door to help guide you with an encouraging hand to this new way of being that will hopefully enrich you and your family's life and maybe your community too. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. Any questions at all? Anything you'd like to add? Is there anything you'd like to say? Oh, Louise and Vicky together. Do you want to, like, do you guys want to share anything? I'd love to hear from you guys. Tash as well. Like, Kim, if you've got anything to say, like, anyone.
Hi, everyone. Hello. So,
Hello.
yeah, I've got something I'd love to share, which I haven't shared before. So it's another testimonial. So, and I've been using wild orange, which is the oil of abundance. So I've been using that for the last 3 weeks. And as you were talking, Charlotte, at the beginning, I was drinking cacao. So I use wild orange in my cacao. Yes, cacao. And so literally, over the last 3 weeks, I have manifested, I have created abundance, 804 pounds in the last 3 weeks. I know, and it has to, you know, it's amazing.
Vicky, is it the citrus bliss as well? Because that's really good.
Well, citrus bliss is my absolute favorite. I diffuse that, but wild orange is what I've been having in my cacao. So yeah, I mean, I have so many amazing testimonials. These oils, ladies, have absolutely changed my life. They are so powerful. I believe in them 100%, and they would change your life too. And I'm so excited that you're, you know, thinking about, or, you know, starting this journey, because, you know, you truly deserve it. Incredible. They're amazing. Sorry, no. Oh, well, let Mummy speak. Say that.
Gosh, I missed some of the when I was driving, so I could absolutely share a testimonial. Is there one you like? Gosh, let's pick an oil. Well, I love all of them. I've got peppermint on my neck right now. I can feel that because I just felt like I wanted to just wake up and feel cool because it's so hot out here. So I put some on the back of my neck, and I'm just feeling it's so lovely and cooling. But I second what Vicky says, that it's just, they're just incredible because they empower us. They empower us to go and use nature to support our health, and yeah, they're incredible. God, I could talk about them for ages.
You've had some interesting things with Keelan, haven't you? Because he loves the oils. He's only 2, nearly 3. You've had some interesting issues and successes, like, yeah.
With Keenan, did you say?
Yeah, with Arbor Vitae, we went to the hospital. And
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
On guard.
He yeah. So then when he loves the oils, and he's always like picking them up and using them, like the safe ones. Obviously, I normally keep the ones out of reach that he shouldn't be holding, but this one particular day it was in my bag, and I love Arbor Vitae as like perfume. It just smells amazing. Plus it's the oil of divine grace, so it's just really uplifting. And he decided to get the whole bottle out, literally pour it everywhere, and it was all on his hands, and his hands were in his mouth, and I freaked out. I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I called my homeopath. She didn't answer, and then I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna call see what the doctors say. I don't know why I did, but I just did. Anyway, long story short, they said to go into hospital because he needs to be tested, because this particular oil shouldn't be ingested. And yeah, we went into hospital. He needed to be monitored, but it's really funny because there was a lot where we were. There was lots of like beautiful little kids, but they all had like croup and all sorts of things that like can be contagious. I think like somebody had like whooping cough. I could hear the doctors. So I just literally, although we were in the hospital for him ingesting oils, I was smothering him in On Guard, and it protected him. Like he was absolutely fine. Like I know he's got a really good immune system anyway, but when he's sitting next to or playing with the same toys, a little child had like croup, which is quite contagious, I think, from what I believe. Yeah, he was very protected, and I was like, I felt fine and confident that he was fine. So yeah, On Guard is really powerful. they're all so powerful because they're so high vibrational, and they're so like, you can feel the effects when you actually just smell them. But yeah, gosh, Charlotte, you've said so much, and it's been amazing. So thank you, lovely. You're incredible. I could talk for ages about these, you know this.
The day talking.
Yeah, you probably spend all day, won't you? But yeah, I love the fact that he chose Arbor Vitae, Divine Grace, and he is literally, that is what his energy is like. And he was fine, wasn't he? Even though that you mustn't ingest that one. Because you can ingest about 38 of these oils ish.
And they're all frozen. Oh no. Sorry, did I freeze then?
No, I don't know. I was just going ahead and talking. I was just saying that Arbor Vitae, and he was fine. There's no like real side effects for him, apart from more Divine Grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, where did I get to? Did you hear when I said about the young guard, like protecting him?
Yeah, we heard everything. Yeah, all fine. You go and enjoy your day. It looks lovely there.
It's such a lovely day, isn't it? I've brought loads of oils with me, as always. I bring them everywhere because they're just safeguard. But yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, my darling.
Oh, thank you. Mwah.
Tash, do you have anything you want to share?
On top of all of that, I don't think so. Although when you talked about passion, I went and got mine, and I was like, actually, this is what I've been needing this week. Yeah, crikey. My testimonials, yeah, Vetiver, as we all know, is my number one. For the grounding, for the rooting, for the getting out of the head and back in the heart space, and to pull my energies back in. My energies are always very...
Well, honey, you've got 3 children, 2%, one's very psychic, and you've got at least 3 businesses, so yeah, and you were homeschooled.
It's all like, so yeah, it's very good for bringing me back into alignment as well. But I do love the literally a line from the yoga collection as well. That tied in with the Vetiver for me is really good. The snoring, breathe, and lavender. And I don't want to divorce my husband for his snoring anymore. So that's really good for that one. But just what I now love is that hinoki. Maddie uses that for headaches as well. So it's I think because it's a little bit numbing, it stops the transmission. So she puts a couple of dots here and on here, and if she has a headache, but you know, other than that, prior to us having that one, it would always be peppermint or past tense. Would be great for headaches.
And that's a really good thing to you inspired me. That's quite a really interesting smell, hinoki.
Yeah.
It's one oil that might work for one person, like you can't just say peppermint for headaches for everyone's headache.
Peppermint doesn't really land for Maddie. It works for the boys, but for Mo it doesn't. And like you say, she's extremely psychic, extremely tapped in, and she's not always so great at grounding her energy, so she holds a lot of energy up there, so she finds that one works better for her when she has a headache. But this morning she's been tapping in on me. She smothered me in rose and blue tansy this morning. She's like, you need these. So, and
that's another mention is that connect when you have a toolkit and you have them start to develop a connection with your own intuition to use the oils, like, oh, I feel like I need this. It's that internal GPS system that is so strengthened that can be used for other things outside of oils and, you know, in home, things that you need to make big decisions on, or is that truth or discernment, you know? So yeah, this is a great way of strengthening your intuition.
And then all the kids will go to the oils as well. I've got the kids collection for Archie, who's that little bit younger. But yeah, you know, Pete every morning, he's got turmeric under his tongue where he's got stiff joints and potential arthritic stuff. I'm whacking kabiba under my tongue. Pete had an abscess last week, so he put clove on the inside and melanoma on the outside. It was gone in a couple of days. He no pain, didn't need to go to the dentist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the list, it just goes on, and I suppose because what I struggle with a little bit is it becomes our normal.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, what are your oily wins? I'm like, well, I don't actually know, because we just go straight to the oils now. It doesn't even enter our heads really to go to the cupboard to get the paracetamol and stuff. So if you can turn your life that way round, I think it's much better.
It is less about, I just need to be rather than, I'm going to get oils or I'm going to become a doTERRA wellness advocate. It's like a new way of living. It's an upgraded way of living, isn't it?
It's a lifestyle. Yeah, that's what I said to somebody that signed up the other day. She went, oh my goodness, like she was a little bit fried, what's the word, overwhelmed. And I just said to her, honey, it's a lifestyle, but play. Just go gentle, just get used to it. You know, start to think to yourself, if something's going on with the children or with you, like, go to the books first, go to the oils first. That's not that you're not going to go to the medicine cabinet, but just start to create, and very quickly it won't even enter your head to go to the medicine cabinet. But yeah, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. That comes with a really good tribe.
We just love each other, don't we? We're there for each other. Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to getting into oils, and a lot of benefits to bringing them in, building your own business. I don't even like that word, business. I think you need to reframe it. Legacy? I don't know. Like, it just enables us to be so creative. Like, I've been dancing with essential oils. Like, I've had this time and space and motivation to do that, inspiration to do that, and it's like all the things that I love, I can actually creatively put together. And what other business can do that? And when I was really poorly in September, November time, I couldn't work for about 3 or 4 months, but I was still getting paid from doTERRA because of what I'd built and how I'd shared it. And no other way of working, even a passive income, like my dance school, I've been everything. I've been employed, been self-employed, limited company, sole trader, passive income where I'm not even teaching. So all of that I've done, and this way of working with a team, but unique, builds over time in this sort of climate where everything's like, we don't know what's happening with the financial system and with the virus, and and people's jobs are up, question marks. It's just given me so much peace knowing that I've got this, and this is only going to grow, and it's all about just makes sense. And then we're giving to the planet. The planet is here to serve us. The people in the middle who are distilling, they've got abundance and they're paid fairly on time by doTERRA. There's no middlemen trying to control and manipulate, which a lot of other essential companies will do. They'll go and buy the land and take their people in there. Look up Healing Hands Foundations, or the charities they create, sex trafficking, retreat centers they build, the safe houses for the children once they're rescued. I mean, this stuff, there's so much information out there about doTERRA, Healing Hands Foundations, and charities. That the work that they do is incredible. So we're all going to go to Rome next year. Who's up for that in May? Who's up for a trip to Rome? Yeah, we're all going to go. Kim and I went last year, didn't we, Kim?
Yeah, Charlotte, I was going to say, I use oils every day. I make myself a little oil cocktail every morning. I haven't used medication for about 3 years now. My friend only last week is suffering with anxiety, and I gave her a Console roller bottle, and she said that's helped so much. So I'm going to get one for her daughter. I'm doing the course now. I'm almost finished it now. The story, it just gives you the story, which I didn't fully appreciate, where they find the oils, why doTERRA are better than other oils, about adulteration. And it's just so interesting that it is just telling me, and then what all the different oils do, and then I take all the supplements and different. And I was amazed the other day that I was reading, if you ate an apple in 1950, you got year 1 or year 5 a day. Now you have to eat 100 apples to get the same vitamin C that you would have done. And an orange, you've got to, if you ate in 1950 you ate 1 orange, today you've got to eat 26 oranges. So it's because of all the chemicals and like the traveling with
and by the time it gets to us, all the nutrients and vitamins there's not many there. So I've just loved doing that course, because I did it for myself, just because I wanted to learn more about them, because although I use them and I believe in them, it's just now reinforced everything that I believe in. I mean, oregano is fantastic. I used to suffer every year with in December time with like a sore throat, cough and all that, and now I just put for a few days the oregano on my feet and it takes it away just like that. I just love them. I mean, I do sometimes probably go a bit overboard, because I have a bit of this, a bit of that, rubbing it all over my chest and that. Whereas I have actually read that you can put too many on, because your body's then trying to, I can't remember if it's more than about 15 drops on you, because I'm thinking, oh, this bit, that, but it's your body's, it'll get to a stage where you feel like, hang on a minute, I can't cope with all these. So that's one thing, you can overdose on putting too many on in one go.
And did you learn that in the course you're doing?
Sorry?
Did you know that from the course you're doing?
Yes, yeah, I found out so much. What I've done is I read it every day, and I've just actually been writing. I could take it in better if I write it all. So I write it all. So as I'm writing it, it goes into my head. And then you play a little video, and then there's a little test. And then what it does, it was just over £100 to do the course. But if you do the course within the month, you got half of your money back anyway. But I just purely did it for my own knowledge, and I'm just so pleased that I did. I've really enjoyed it.
So for anyone that's listening, can you share what it's called? Isn't it essential oils certification? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, I think that's. Let me just. I don't know if I'll get my Wi-Fi out here.
I think it's about $116.
That's what it is then, because then that will make it.
And then if you complete it by the end of June, you get 50 points in your back office.
Yes. Yeah. So it's sort of roughly half your money back.
Now, if it's like mid-June now. No, it's nearly the end of June. Is it, how much work is there to do on it?
You could easily do it. It's called the doTERRA Oil Specialist Certification. You get a certificate at the end. But it literally does. What I loved about it, it started more or less what you've done with your story, but in a lot more depth. So it starts off with where they come from and why you would pay a lot more for rose than you would for another one, obviously, because there's so many roses to get one tiny little bottle. And then also why they source their lavender from one place as opposed to another, because of the soil, the way that they yield it. And then I was amazed about adulteration, because people say, oh, well, it's an oil, what difference does it make? And then that made sense about so for rose oil, to make it a bit cheaper, they might sort of fill half of the bottle up with lavender oil, so you're not getting 100% rose oil. That's what some companies might do. So it was just really interesting to realise why they cost more money than other companies, because of all the work and the research and the quality of the oils. And then it just tells you the science behind the oils, which was really interesting. I'm trying to think after it. There was all different categories. And then how to use them all. And then at the moment, I'm on the very last one about all the vitamins and all the benefits of what they're doing. So
the Lifelong Vitality Pack.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And this would be a solution to what you said, Kim, about the apple, our fruit and veg not having the same nutrients now because of how they're grown compared to
1950
years ago. Yeah. Oh, longer. We're in 2020 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So interesting.
It's really, really informative, and also just generally, like Claire was the one that said, "Oh, Mum, you need this, you need that," but just to realise that it's helping your brain, it's helping your cardio, it's helping your respiratory, it's helping joints. Oh, actually, that's another one I used a lot. When Claire and I, with this lockdown, we were doing so many hours of walking every day. To start with, my knees were aching and my ankles, because we were just walking miles and miles and miles. And the Deep Blue is fantastic. I just kept putting that on. I mean, now they don't even ache at all, but that's another one that I was using quite a lot of to start with. Oh, and a couple of years ago I had an operation, and they gave me really strong painkillers, and I didn't take them because I just thought I don't take medication. I think it was Copaiba, and to relax it, and I didn't need any painkillers whatsoever. I just used that. So it just shows you how good it is.
That one's powerful.
And even down to the toothpaste, when I was reading, I use it, but really I just was using it because I feel like, oh, I use it. But it just said, use it and don't wash your mouth afterwards, because it hasn't got the fluoride, it's good for your teeth as well. But you use a pea-sized amount. And when you're thinking about it, all the chemicals in everything, with toothpaste, you're putting it in your mouth, and although you spit it out, you're still ingesting some of the chemicals, I think. Oh, and that's the other thing, I'm severely allergic to so many chemicals that are in shampoos and conditioners and creams and all that, whereas these haven't got all the chemicals in, so it doesn't react with all my skin and everything. So all round, I've been using them for quite a few years now, and yeah, I love them. And as you say, I love my frankincense. I go for a bottle so much because I'm slapping it everywhere. If they say it makes you look younger, it's like all over the place.
You do look amazing. And thank you for sharing, because you had some really great points which are different to what we were saying as well.
Yeah,
I love that. It reminded me.
What I loved about yours, your bullet pointable, but the course I love because it's so in depth. That's what I really have loved about it all.
Yeah, thank you for sharing about the course. So it's called, just to confirm what that was called again, can you say it loud for us?
Yes, it's called the doTERRA Essential Oils Specialist Certification.
The doTERRA Essential Oils Specialist Certification.
I don't know, I mean, I've done 66% complete, and I've got like this week to finish it. I don't know whether it was a one-off that you had to do it by June for this special offer, or whether they do it again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you can do it any time, but it's quite nice to get 53 points to spend on your oils, isn't it? So it's worth like trying to do, but I'm sure there will be more offers in the future. They're quite good like that.
Actually, that's another thing I've just gone on to, is like their hair serum, because I put it on after shampoo and conditioner, and it really, and then rub it all into the head, because it's got all of the oils that you need for keeping your scalp healthy. Yeah. And really,
I've just used one today, which was the doTERRA gel. I think it's some sort of gel, healthy hold gel. And someone said to me, "Oh my God, your hair is so like pretty and curly." I think it's because of that gel.
Oh, and the other thing I've just discovered, the yarrow pom. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I love the yarrow pom like body serum. Like, it's so
well, what I do with that now every morning, I add 1 squirt of that, 1 drip of Copaiba, 1 drip of geranium, and 1 drip of frankincense. Mix it all together, and it covers all my face, all my neck, and all that chest area. And it's amazing. I love it.
I've ordered yarrow pom for next month, that the actual one that you put on your face. So because it's quite bluey, isn't it?
It is so lovely.
But people are raving about it in America, all over. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much. I've loved it. It's really been informative.
It's lovely to see you again. And thank you everyone else for showing up, and I hope you enjoyed it. Great testimonials there. Yeah, as I said before, if you are brand new or you'd like more information, then just reach out personally to the person that invited you to this page or this video, and have yourself a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Lots of love, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.